So we began this chapter 11 of the Bhagavad Gita in the last session, which has 55 verses, and most of them are going to be in the Trishtuk meter. And the title of the chapter is Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. What is Vishwarupa Darshanam? There are some misconceptions about it. As I said, Vishwarupaha is not one more form, not this multi-headed Hindu deity, as Wikipedia puts it, but it is the Ishvara Darshanam in the form of the whole universe, understanding the world itself as Ishvara. That is, seeing the whole universe, including oneself, including myself, as a divine manifestation of Ishvara. Now, this can only happen when we have understood the teachings of Vedanta. Now, who is Ishvara? As Jagat Karanam, we saw that it is a combination of two factors, Para Prakriti, the Nirakara Nirguna Parabrahma, and by the power of Maya, there is the Saguna Brahma or Apara Prakriti in the form of this various manifestations, the whole world. Yeah? So this is the real Ishvara Darshan. And so now the Shastras want us to understand that Ishvara is not only in my puja room or in the temple or appearing on a certain festival date, on a certain tithi, yeah? But it is the Virat Bhakti. Virat Bhakti is the worship of the entire creation as Bhagavan. And that is an inner attitude of appreciation, yeah? Inner attitude of reverence. Yeah? Now, this Virat Bhakti is very beautifully portrayed in our Shastras. You know, take for instance the Vishnu Sahasranama Dhyana Shloka. You know, there also we have this Virat Bhakti in the form of one Dhyana Shloka composed by a disciple of Shankaracharya, Totakacharya has composed this. And you all know this very well. We will briefly see the meaning, how it defines this Virat Bhakti. Bhuvpadau yasya nabhir vyada suranilaschandra surya uchanetre Karnavasha shirodhyaur mukhamapi dahano yasya vasteyamabdhihi antastham yasya vishvam suranarakhagago bhogi gandharva daityaihi chitram ram ramyate tam tribhuvanavapusham vishnumisham namami om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. So in this one Dhyana Shloka, we find the Varnanam of the cosmic being or the Purusha. Yeah? And how does this define that? Bhuhu Padau Yasya, whose feet, Padau, are the earth. Yeah? And the Nabhi is the navel region, is the sky, Vyat. Yeah? And then the breath is Anilaha. Anilaha is na nilayate, that which does not stop anywhere, is a word for wind, Vayu Tattvam. Vayu Tattvam is the breath. Then Chandraha and Suryaha are the netre, the two eyes of the cosmic Purusha. And by sun, we just don't mean the local sun. The local sun is just one star in the cluster of stars. So here the sun stands for all the stars. And Chandra stands for all the satellites and the moons, yeah, constellations, Nakshatram, Chandra. Then Karna, what are the ears for the cosmic Purusha are the directions, the dik, yeah. And the Shiras, the head, are the heavens, no? Heavens or the higher lokas. Dhyau, it is said here. Then Mukham, what is the Mukham? The Mukham is the most intense part, Dahanaha, is the fire itself. Yeah? And Yasya Vasteyam Abdhihi. And the abdomen are the oceans, you know, oceans, or one can say bladder also. Bladder is the oceans. So Antastham, And within this cosmic Purusha, what do we find? Vishwam. The entire Vishwam, which comprises of Sura, Nara, Khaga, Go, Bhogi, Gandharva, Daitya. That is the Devatas, the humans, the birds, the cattle, serpents, Gandharvas, Daityas are the Asuras. All the 84 lakhs of species, what are they doing? Chitram Ram Ramyate. Ram Ramyate is they are wandering about, rejoicing, working out the karma phalam in the 3 periods of time. Antastham yasya, in whose body. And the Tribhuvana, the 3 worlds or the entire Brahmanda is Vapush. Vapush is the Deha, is the body. And such Ishvara, such a Bhagavan, Aham Namami. Yeah. So this is a very beautiful Dhyana Shloka where we see this Virat Bhakti, expressed as the form of the entire creation. Yeah, and you see, recall the very Vishwam is the world. The world is the first Nama for another Dhyana Shloka, which also we will see now. Another very beautiful, which we have covered. And that is from the Dakshinamurti Stotram. Dakshinamurti Stotram, we have covered 10 verses. The 9th verse, if you remember, described the Virat Bhakti, how the entire universe is a temple. Guram Bhasyanalo Nilombaramahat Natho Himam Shuvpuman Ityabhati Characharatmakamidam Yasyaiva Murtyashtakam Nanyat Kinchana Vidyate Vimrishatam Yasmat Parasmat Vibho Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye. So we see in the form of Dakshinamurti, we say is Ashtamurti Bhrit. Yeah? Ashtamurti Bhrit means the one who is in the form of 8 elements. Yeah? What are the 8 elements? Yeah? They are Bhuhu, the 5 elements, space, air, water, fire, earth. Yeah? And then again we have the sun and the moon. If you notice on both sides of Dakshinamurti, you have the sun standing for all the stars and the moon for all the constellations. Yeah? And then the 8th one is the Jiva. Yeah? So that is the Tattvamasi Mahavakyam. That is Ishvara Tattvam and Atma Tattvam is equated. Yeah? And who unto that Dakshinamurti, who is this Ashtamurti Bhrit, entire universe is covered. My namaskaram. Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Nama Idam Shri Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Yeah. So now, and not only in Vishnu Sahasranama, Dakshinamurti Stotram, we have this Purusha Suktam, which is in all the Vedas. No? Purusha Suktam is the description of the cosmic Purusha. How in the body of the cosmic Purusha, the entire cosmic yajna is happening. Nature is offering seasons, recycling the seasons. Sun is offering day and night, and all the Jiva Jantus are working out their karma phalam. Yeah, and again there we see that in the Purusha Sukta. So the world is available to us in the form of the divine manifestation of or Ishvara. Yeah. But the question is, why am I not able to perceive the divinity in the entire world? Yeah? Even though it is right here, 24/7, the entire universe, but the world is still a challenging place for me. I get upset. Yeah, I am challenged. I'm even persecuted. I feel persecuted by the world. Yeah? So, where is the Vishwarupa Darshanam for us? Yeah, and the reason is because human perception is very limited. Yeah? Even take our eyes, for instance. The eyes have only a limited range of vision. If I see the front, I cannot see the back. Yeah, I can only see three-dimensional world: length, width, height, or depth. Yeah, whereas Einstein, he discovered the fourth dimension called time. And scientists today speak of a multi-dimensional universe, parallel universes, and they call it multiverse. Yeah? And so my sight is limited. My hearing is also limited. The range of sounds, bats and dogs can hear more frequencies than us. Yeah. And the scientists, when they use an advanced equipment like a microscope or a telescope, they are able to discover far more objects and entities, distant, remote asteroids, planets, and in the micro universe, they are discovering new strains of bacteria, virus, when the instrument is made advanced. But the human eye is limited. And not only limited, our perception is clouded by our mind. Yeah? That is, when one is wearing the goggles of Raga Dvesha, each person will view the world through the lens of Raga Dvesha. So the perception also gets colored by the ahankara. And hence, this is a kind of a fragmented perception. Yeah? And we see that, but in the case of Mahatmas and Maharishis, for them, their minds are so subtle that they have the Sukshma Drishti to understand the mysteries of the entire universe. Yeah? Like Valmiki, he is called Trikanadarshi Kavihi. He could see all the three periods of times. And even as he was writing the Ramayana is happening. Yeah, so that is the extent of the Sukshma Drishti of their minds. Then sage Vasishtha, sage Vasishtha is the Kula Guru for Sri Rama in the Raghuvamsha dynasty. Then sage Vasishtha is giving Upadesha to Sri Rama, and that is in the form of Yoga Vasishtha, the book. And in Yoga Vasishtha, the Rishi is explaining how there are these supernatural powers, and to expand and to contract and to do astral travel, assume bodies, visit different lokas, and come back. Yeah? All these siddhis and supernatural powers are all the result of a sukshma, purified, one-pointed mind. Yeah? And so in the laboratories of the minds, the rishis were able to have this Vishwarupa Darshanam. Yeah? That is the idea here. And scientists today, they are coming very close to that Paramatattvam. Today they're saying the stars are receding from each other, they're exploding. And in quantum physics, we see that they're saying the electrons are becoming like waves. Like waves means what? Like energy. And Shastra talks about it in terms of Chaitanyam. So when Bhagavan at the end of chapter 10 said, I uphold the entire universe with just one pada. Eka amshena aham vishtabhya idam kritstam jagat. Yeah? I am beyond that. Yeah? That is what the scientists are wondering about. How can we find the limit of the universe? We are not able to, and they will never be able to. So that is the extent of the infinite nature of the limitless supreme Brahman. Yeah? And you know how that has made Arjuna curious. Yeah? He wants to see now the entire universe in the body of the Krishna standing in front of him. And so in these shlokas, we saw how Arjuna has requested. He says, Krishna, you have given me the Upadesha, and by the grace of your Upadesha, for blessing me, to some extent, my moha has gone away. Yeah, I have gained some clarity. I have gained some inner peace. Yeah, and I have understood, hey, Kamalapatraksha, your glory, which you have just described in chapter 10, and also the cosmic functions of Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Yeah, I have heard in great detail. So I wish to see your Aishwaram Rupam, your power, your glory, your Maya. I want to see that. Yeah. So if you think I am a suitable candidate, I am a deserving Shishya, then you please, let me see that Maya. Yeah? Now, we have just seen how the human eye is so limited in its perception. Yeah? And it can only perceive a few dimensions, a certain range. Yeah? And so to be able to see the all-inclusive form of the Virat Swarupaha, obviously the human eye is not going to be inadequate. And so Krishna says, Pashyame Partha Rupani. O Partha, the son of Pritha, who is Kunti, now look at the hundreds and thousands of my forms. You will be able to. Yeah? And they are divine, and they come in many dimensions, various forms, various colors. They are exotic. Yeah. And you will also see the vibhutis that I've already mentioned in chapter 10, the 12 Adityas, the 11 Rudras, then the 7 groups of 7 Maruts, the wind deities, then the Ashwini Kumaras, yeah, and all that you have not seen earlier. Yeah, you will be able to see now. Pashya. Yeah? Now Krishna has been saying Pashya, Pashya, but has not yet given the Divya Chakshu. Yeah? And now we will continue with the 7th shloka, where Sri Krishna is going to give him the Divya Chakshu. 7th. Ihaikastham jagat kritsnam pashyadya sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesham mama dehe gudakesham yachan yatrashtumichyasi. I'm trying to locate the verse for you. Ihaikastham jagatkritsnam pashyadya sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesha yachanyatrashtumichyasi. Iha ekastham jagatkritsnam pashya adya sacharacharam mama dehe he gudakesha yat cha anyat drashtum ichyasi. Very simple Sanskrit, these shlokas are. And what does Bhagavan say here? Hey Gudakesha. We know what is Gudakesha? Gudaka is sleep. So the one who has mastered sleep. In other words, the alert and ever awake student Arjuna. Hey Gudakesha. Iha ekastam jagat kritsnam pashya. Now you behold. Yeah, you will see what Kritsnam Jagat, the entire universe. When? Adya, today, now itself. Where? Iha, here and now. See, Krishna is not going to say, okay, dekhenge, dekhenge, I will fulfill my promise. No, he grants it right away. Arjuna's request. Iha, Adya, ekastham. Ekastham means together, in one place, together. Iha ekastam idam kritsam jagat pashya. Adya, today. What is there in that world? Sacharacharam. Chara and achara. Yeah? Iha ekastam jagat kritsam pashyadya sacharacharam. Mama dehe gudakesha yat cha anyat drashtum ichyasi. In my body, mama dehe he gudakesha yat cha anyat drashtum ichyasi. So, whole Jagat we just saw in the Dhyana Shloka. The whole universe means the entire Brahmanda. All the remote lokas, yeah, and the Jiva Jantus, Chara and Achara, mobile, immobile, sentient, insentient, all that you will see now, Mama Dehe, in my body. Hey Gudakesha. Then the last quarter, Bhagavan says, and anyat cha drashtum ichyasi. Whatever else you back. Yeah. So here Krishna is says again, Pashya, Pashya, Pashya is saying, now look at the Sacharacharam Kritsnam Jagat in my body. So Chara and Achara. And other than that, anything else you wish to see, Arjuna, also you will be able to see. So Shankaracharya says, what is that something else, what that concerns Arjuna? That is the outcome of the war. Yeah? So here Shankaracharya says, even that Bhagavan is going to show that. Yeah? So Bhagavan is going to show the outcome of the war, means that how the war has already happened. Yeah. How did the war already happen? Because Duryodhana has brought about the destruction of his own clan by his prarabdha karma. Yeah. And so nobody else is responsible for the destruction of the clan. It is the own prarabdha. That is what Bhagavan is hinting. So you see, Arjuna, why are you so worried about the consequences? You just have to, shoot a few arrows and the war will be won. In fact, I have already won it for you. So that future event which is to happen in the future also Arjuna is going to see in the Vishwarupa Darshanam. Yeah? And so this is for us to understand that in the cosmic drama, everybody is playing their parts. Some are heroes, some are villains, some are sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. In the Ramayana, it is said that, they blamed Kaikeyi, Mother Kaikeyi, for all the sufferings that the Ramayana is full of. But after the Rama-Ravana Yuddha, Sri Rama is explaining what really happened. This Kaikeyi, Ma Kaikeyi was only instrumental in for all the sequence of events to happen. Had she not exiled me, I would have not gone to the forest, and then Sita Mata would not have been kidnapped, and there would not have been a confrontation with Ravana, and Ravana would not have been destroyed by me. Yeah. So everybody has their own parts to play. Yeah. As Shakespeare said, life is a stage and all of us are actors. Yeah. And then off stage, there is a change of costumes in the green room and then back again. Yeah. So this is what Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna. Next shloka. Now in the next shloka, finally, we will find the Divya Chakshu being granted. That is verse number 8. न तु मां शक्यसे द्रष्टुम् अनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा न तु मां शक्यसे द्रष्टुम् अनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा दिव्यं ददामि ते चक्षुः पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् न तु मां शक्यसे द्रष्टुम् अनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा दिव्यं ददामि ते चक्षुः पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् न तु मां शक्यसे द्रष्टुम् अनेन एव स्वचक्षुषा. So Krishna says swachakshusha, by one's own human eye, the ordinary human eye, it is not possible. Namam shakyase drashtum, by anena, by this human eye, it is not possible to have this cosmic darshanam. So what? Divyam dadami te chakshuhu. And hence now I give you the divine eye, divya chakshu. And now pashya me yoga aishwaram. Yeah. So now finally Krishna says that you cannot see, your human eye will never withstand the glory and the power of that cosmic darshanam. Yeah. And hence aham dadami, I give you this divya chakshuhu. Now, what is this divya chakshuhu? There is a lot of misconception. Quite a few superstitions have come into our lives. Like one should not keep Mahabharatam in the house, Gita book, Shankara statue, or Vishwarupa. Anybody of you has a Vishwarupa, photo in the house? Yes, Sushila? Okay, good. This is all auspicious. They're all Namarupas. Yeah. So this Divya Chakshu or Jnana Chakshu is an internal state of a mature mind. It is the Sukshma Drishti, an internal attitude of reverence and bhakti. The Swamiji would say, we are very fortunate to be born in Bharata, Desha, which is a land of Bhavana. Land of Bhavana. There is the deep inner attitude of reverence towards the entire universe. Earth is divine, rivers, mountains, people, activities are divine. Everything, all that is here is Ishvara, is the glory of that vision. Yeah? So the Divya Chakshu is not a mystical extra eye that Krishna is going to give or has given to Arjuna. But what is Krishna doing? Is elevating Arjuna's mind temporarily to a high state of subtlety. Yeah, that is, and we know for a subtle mind, how long does it take? We have to do Karma Yoga, Japa Yoga, Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasnam, Parayanam, Seva, and cross all these stages of Rajas and Tamas. And then when the mind is super sattvic, then it can have the Sukshma Drishti. And that is called the Divya Chakshu. So now, granting Arjuna's request, Bhagavan is going to temporarily transform his mind to the subtle state of a Maharishi. Yeah, so that he can behold the cosmic vision. Yeah. And that is why, it is said that we put this bottu, bottu in the point of the Agnya Chakra. Agnya Chakra is the point between the eyebrows. And they say that is the Jnana Chakshu, or the eye of wisdom. Eye of wisdom. So, Bhagavan gives this Divya Chakshu to Arjuna. Now, what is going to happen now? Arjuna has been given the Divya Chakshu. Yeah, so we can imagine what? We can imagine a silence, suspense. Because what is likely to happen is Arjuna will not be able to speak. He will be overwhelmed and stunned and become speechless. Yeah. So we see that now in the Gita, who enters at this stage? Sanjaya Uvacha. Who is Sanjaya? We have to go back to chapter 1. Yeah. Sanjaya is that wise, wise, loyal minister of Hastinapur. How he advises Dhritarashtra, and he's so wise that even after the war, when Gandhari and Dhritarashtra want to take Vanaprastha and retire to the forest, he accompanies them. He says, as a son, I'm not going to leave you. And then he stays with them till the last moment. No? So the word Sanjaya also means that Samyak Jayati, the one who has mastered his prana and his senses. And Sanjaya, is sitting in the Hastinapura palace reporting as a war correspondent the events on Kurukshetra to Dhritarashtra. And he has also received the Divya Chakshu from whom? Vyasacharya. When Vyasacharya goes before the battle is to commence, once again Vyasacharya makes an attempt, for peace. And Dhritarashtra is so overcome with Maya, for his son. He's got a vulnerable weak spot for Duryodhana, and he doesn't agree. Then when Vyasacharya wants to give him the Divya Chakshu, Dhritarashtra declines and says, no, I have been blind all my life. Now what will I do? Do I want to see the war? No, you please give it to Sanjaya. So Sanjaya has now received the Divya Chakshu, and by which he is reporting the distant remote events. And now again there is a reappearance of Sanjaya now. Yeah? So what does Sanjaya say? Sanjaya Uvacha Evamukva tato rajan Mahayogeshwaro Harihi Evamukva tato rajan Mahayogeshwaro Harihi. darshayamasa parthaya paramam rupamaishwaram. Darshayamasa parthaya paramam rupamaishwaram. Sanjaya uvacha evam uktva tataha he Rajan Mahayogeshwarah Harihi Darshayamasa Parthaya Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. So Sanjaya Uvacha. This is the 9th shloka. Yeah. So Sanjaya is now so blessed, because he can watch everything, and he is also going to see the cosmic darshana. He saw it once already in the court of Hastinapura. Now he is going to see it again. So what does he say? Hey Rajan, O Dhritarashtra, then what happened? Tataha, then evam uktva, having said this, the great Lord, the Mahayogeshwaraha, is added one more adjective, not only Yogeshwara, Mahan Yogeshwara, because Krishna is the Lord of all the yogis, the Lord of all the Maya, the power and glory. And Harihi. Who is Harihi? Harati Papan iti Harihi. The one who removes all our problems, our tensions, our papas. Harati Papan iti Harihi. So by these two Sambodhanas, Sanjaya says that great Yogeshwara Harihi, you know what he did? Hey Rajan, Darshayamasa. Darshayamasa is a lit lakara for Sanskrit students. Lit is in grammar is the remote past. When I say when I was 3 years old, this happened, that happened, that is the past to which I was a witness. But Mahabharata Yuddham in Dwapara Yoga, I was not witnessing in this form. So Darshayamasa. Darshayamasa means showed. So that Mahayogeshwara Harihi revealed Darshayamasa. He, for whom? Parthaya, for Arjuna. And what did he reveal? Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. Yeah, Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. So Sanjaya is just going to describe in a few verses that Adbhuta Darshanam of the cosmic vision to the king Dhritarashtra. How in one form, all the forms are going to be seen. See how he says Paramam Rupam. This is the Paramam Rupa. You take any other Rupa. You take the Rupa of Sri Krishna Avatara, Sri Rama Avatara. It is still limited. Yeah, there is a Vigraha, there is a form. And when Sri Rama comes, Sri Krishna is not there. Sri Krishna comes, Rama has gone. So the finite forms are subject to arrival and departure. Yeah? One displaces the other. But now Krishna is showing that one all-inclusive form in which all the forms are going to be seen. Yeah? All the ancestors, the avatars, all the embodiments, all intact. Yeah? All will be seen distinctly within this form. And this form itself is not a form because there are no boundaries. It is a vision. It is a darshana. So that is what Sanjaya said. And then Sanjaya describes this Vishwarupa Darshanam in 10th verse. Now we will see that the next few verses are adjectives to Vishwarupa Darshanam. We will see how. 10th and 11th. Anekavatranayanam, Anekavatranayanam, Anekadbhuta darshanam, Anekadbhuta darshanam, Anekadivyabharanam, Anekadivyabharanam, Divyanekodhyatayudham, Divyanekodhyatayudham. 11th also we'll see together. They are similar. Divyamalyam Baradharam, Divyamalyam Baradharam, Divyagandhanulepanam, Sarvascharyamayam Devam, Anantam Vishwatomukham. Okay, so here is a very beautiful description of the cosmic form in Sanjaya's words. No? Aneka Vaktra Nayanam. Vaktra means mouth or face. Yeah. Aneka is many. Yeah. So we can see the many faces and nayanam. Aneka nayanam, many eyes. Aneka adbhuta darshanam. That wondrous darshanam, He Rajan, yeah, is what this Harihi is showing. And what else? Aneka divya abharanam. Divine celestial jewels, the Ratnamalas, not only pearls and rubies and emeralds and diamonds, but exotic jewels, you know, from the divine realms. And so innumerable wonders Krishna is showing. Yeah? And so here again, there is a misconception that Vishwarupa is, having many heads. What this really means is that all our heads, they belong to the Lord. That is the infinite, the heads and the feet and the arms of the whole universe are His. Yeah? That is how we have to understand these shlokas. Yeah? And so all the jewels and then Divya Aneka Udyata Ayudham. Ayudha means a weapon. Yeah, and Udyata is raised. Raised means they are these powered missiles and weapons. They are ready to be used in this Kurukshetra context, and all the weapons that are ready to be fired. Yeah, they are also we can see in this cosmic vision. Yeah, and all the garlands and all. It is one unending wonder. Yeah. 11th also similar. Divya Malyam Baram. Malyambaram, Mala is garlands and Ambaram are garments. So divine celestial garments you can see in this cosmic vision. Then you can see divine garlands. Yeah? And then Divya Gandha Anupa Anulepanam. Yeah, Gandha is sandalwood chandanam paste. And you can see a very divine perfumed lepanam, chandanam paste. Yeah, also being used in the cosmic vision. And then what else? Sarva Ascharyamayam Devam. And that Deva is just wondrous. No? It is the wonder of wonders. And it is Anantam, infinite. Yeah? Because you can see there are infinite beings in that form and they are facing all the directions. The last word, Vishvato Mukham. Vishvato Mukham means in all directions this being, Purusha, is facing. See, when I look at you, I can't see my back. Yeah, and you can't see your back. But here, Vishvato Mukha is facing all the directions. So infinitely stretching. There are no boundaries, no limits for this cosmic Purusha. Yeah? That is Vishvato Mukha. And so here, Sanjaya has described the limitless nature of that supreme cosmic Purusha. Then, shloka number 12. 12 is an interesting shloka. We will see why. Here it is. Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhavet Yuga Paduttita Yadi Bhasadrishi Sasyat Bhasastasya Mahatmanaha Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhavetyugapadutthita Yadi Bhasadrishi Sasyat Bhasastasya Mahatmanaha. And Sanjay now continues and he wants to describe the effulgence of that cosmic Purusha. Divi, in the sky, Surya Sahasrasya Bhavet Yugapad Uttitaha Yadi Bhaha Sadrishi Sasyat Bhasaha Tasya Mahatmanaha. Little sandhi is there, which I've broken for you. So this shloka describes the glory and the effulgence of the cosmic Purusha. And Sanjay uses a very beautiful analogy. He says, Divi. Divi means in that intergalactic space. In the space, Surya Sahasrasya Bhavet Yugapat Utthitaha. If 1,000 suns, Sahasra Suryas, were to rise simultaneously, simultaneously, Yadi Bhaha, what would be the what would be the glory and shine of that day where there are 1,000 suns, not just one sun? Yeah? Sasyat. Sadrishi Sasyat. Like that, like the effulgence of 1,000 suns rising in the sky simultaneously, that is the glory and effulgence of the Mahatmanaha. Mahatmanaha is Mahatma referring to the cosmic Purusha. Yeah? We can't even look into the midday sun for a few minutes. It is so dazzling and it would blind us. We are supposed not to look at the bright sun. So imagine 1,000 suns rising. So Sanjaya is reporting how effulgent is the glory of that Divya cosmic Purusha. So a note is often attached to this shloka, and there is a story about it that in 1945, in July, on that fateful year, what happened? The atomic bomb was born. Yeah, and there was this great scientist, Robert Oppenheimer, and they tested this nuclear reactor, this atomic blast in New Mexico on July 16th, I think, 1945. And so this scientist was also, he loved Sanskritam and the Bhagavad Gita. He used to study that. So when he witnessed that test trial and the blaze that came out, he remembers this shloka. He says, oh, the Gita was talking about the effulgence of 1,000 suns. Yeah, and see, now I'm witnessing such a blaze here when this atomic reactor is being tested. But unfortunately, see how they've applied their buddhi. He was known as the father of the atomic bomb. And then we know what happened in August, in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But this verse is connected to the scientist who could relate to the glory of this verse. Then Sanjay will continue for 2 more verses before handing over to Arjuna. Let us see what those are. 13. Tatraikastham jagatkritsnam pravibhaktamanekadha apashyadevadevasya sharire pandavastada. So, tatra ekastham jagatkritsnam pravibhaktam anekadha apashyat devasya sharire pandavaha tada. Yeah. So the sandhis are tatra ekastham jagatkritsnam pravibhaktam anekadha apashyat devasya sharire pandavaha tada. So the last word we will take first, tada. Tada is then. When Arjuna was given the Divya Chakshu, that is, his mind was elevated, temporarily to that high state of subtle perception. Then, tada. Then what happened? Tatra, there, ekastam jagatkritsnam pravibhaktam anekadha. Arjuna saw. Saw is there in lung here, apashyat. Apashyat means saw. So Arjuna is referred to as Pandavaha. Pandavaha apashyat. So Arjuna saw there ekastham, together in one, together in one piece. What did he see? Kritsnam Jagat, the entire Jagat. And then pravibhaktam anekadha. Anekadha means diverse forms. He saw in the body of the Lord, the cosmic vision, but pravibhaktam. Pravibhaktam means still they are distinct. Distinctly, you could see all the lokas, the avataras, the daityas, the animals, the events, the situations, the 3 periods of time. Everything distinctly can be seen. That is the meaning of pravibhaktam. And anekada is the diversity. Imagine this must be some kind of a collage. We must have made a collage in school or college where we take pieces of photos or whatever and stick it in a big chart paper. Only that is 2-dimensional, right? Here it is multi-dimensional. So Arjuna sees all these distinct anekada forms where sharire, deva devasya sharire, in the Lord of all the devas. That is the supreme reality, cosmic Purusha. In the Deva, in the Shariram, he sees what? This entire universe. So we have to use our imagination and think that, our solar system is just one system in the Milky Way, one galaxy, and there are millions of galaxies. So then where is Earth? Earth becomes just a speck. And then we are in that tiny earth with respect to this manifold Jagat, yet to be explored. Yeah. So all that he sees, continents, galaxies, solar systems, stars, constellations, asteroids, then the micro world of bacteria, amoebas, and virus, everything he sees in the body of the Deva Devasya. And this is where we can compare it to the Yashoda's, Mother Yashoda's Darshanam, which I told in the last session also. And how out of compassion, Krishna gives the darshan to those who are pure-hearted. We know that how Yashoda had such a pure heart, and that is why the Lord comes to her own place. And then in addition, he gives the darshanam. And in that moment, she sees the Brahmanda in the mouth of a baby Krishna, and then she's not able to withstand it. Then again, Krishna withdraws the Maya, Yoga Maya, and returns back to as a baby in front of her. So something like that, similar is happening to Arjuna here. And Shankaracharya adds that, we should imagine all the Gandharvas, ancestors, devatas, animals, humans, yakshas, kinnaras, all the various celestial communities, up, 7 down, all in the body of the Lord. Tada. One more shloka of Sanjaya, that is number 14. Tata savismaya vishtaha ततः स विस्मयाविष्टः हृष्टरोमाधनञ्जयः प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं कृताञ्जलिरभाषत ततः सः विस्मयः विस्मयाविष्टः समास रोमाः धनञ्जयः प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं कृताञ्जलिः अभाषत. The sandhi is here. So Sanjay then is describing Arjuna's reaction here. Yeah. So imagine how would Arjuna react to this? And that is explained by Sanjaya. Tataha, then Saha Dhananjaya. The Sambodhana for Arjuna is Dhananjaya here, the one who has made conquest and won treasures, Dhananjaya. What happened to him? Vismaya Vishtaha. Vismaya is wonder-struck. He's simply awed into silence. He's stunned by what he's seeing. Vismaya Avishtaha. Avishtaha means overwhelmed. Where did this word come before in the Gita? 2nd chapter, no? Arjuna was Kripaya Avishtaha. When Arjuna starts, is overwhelmed with compassion, and then before surrendering to Krishna. But here Arjuna is Vismayavishtaha. He is overwhelmed with wonder. And he is Prishta Romaha. Now, Romaha means the hair on the skin. The hair on the skin, that is goosebumps. When the hair on the skin stand, then it is called Prishta Romaha. The one whose hair stands upright. And when does that happen? When there is some intense situation of fear or wonder or ecstasy, any intense emotion, that is going to happen. So Rishta Roma. And such a Dhananjaya, then what does he do? Pranamya Shirasa Devam. He salutes. Yeah. How does he salute? Kritanjali. He with Anjali Mudra. Having done the Anjali Mudra, joined his palms and he bows his head. Shirasa Pranamya Devam unto the Lord. So that is the emotion that Arjuna is facing as he was given the Divya Chakshu. No? So this chapter is going to show a range of emotions for Arjuna. Yeah? First emotion we have just seen, Vismayaha, wonder. Yeah? And then we are going to see the praise. No, Arjuna is now discovered that this friend that he considered friend, Krishna, is none other than the supreme cosmic Purusha. And hence there will be a stuti, Arjuna's stuti. But then when he sees the terrifying form of the Lord, what is terrifying in it? Terrifying in it is because Arjuna is being shown all the three cosmic functions at one place at the same time. Srishti, Sthiti, and Laya are all happening continuously in the cosmic vision. So there's something like, when we suppose we could look what is happening inside our body, it would be something like that. What is happening inside our body? Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Cells are being born, old cells are dying, some cells are being rejuvenated. Yeah, and the factory unit is so amazing. This is nothing short of a darshanam for us. So this is also cosmic Purusha, microcosm, Vyashti. And here, when he sees the macrocosm, he is overwhelmed with Vismaya, wonder. Then he begins to praise. Then the third emotion is when he sees the mouth of this cosmic Purusha, where it is blazing fire, and all the beings are rushing into the mouth. That is going to come. And that is the Samhara Murti. Samhara Murti is none other than personification of time. So the relentless time does not spare anyone, right? So the body ages, the hair will gray, and the time rolls on, and then relationships change, and we lose some people, we gain other people, and so it goes on. And all this, we know it intellectually, but now Arjuna is seeing it sakshat in the rupa of Bhagavan, and that terrifies him. So the last emotion he experiences fear. He says, Arjuna, who are you? Then, Krishna, who are you? What am I seeing? Then Krishna says, Kalaha Asmi, I am time. And those who are devoted to me are saved by their bhakti. And so in the end, Arjuna requests, and then Krishna comes back to the ordinary form in the end of this chapter. So this is going to be the content and essence of chapter 11, an unusual dramatic chapter. And the next verses from 15 onwards is Arjuna Uvacha, where out of wonder, he praises the Supreme Purusha. So now we will conclude with the Swasti mantras. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahi Mahishaha गो ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ